Hey folks, it's Kimberly with Lickety Stitches block of the month, Three Sisters pattern. This month we're on block 10, Wonderful World. We've got cutting instructions out. This pattern includes a template, and you are welcome to use that template. You can see mine is not cut out because I have not used it. In the cutting instructions I put out, there is a suggestion to cut 8 3 7/8 by 2-inch pieces, and we will cut this without using the template. That's how I'm going to show it today. Otherwise, this is a super straightforward block. We are going to do it almost just like the pattern says, with the exception of piece B. We cut it a little bit to allow for some trim. And then, of course, I am not a fan of templates. So that's what you're getting with me. But just because I always cut into them and then they end up way shorter than they had originally been intended, because I'm not precise like that with paper and a rotary cutter, and I've never been able to figure that out. I would not have been a good quilter 40 years ago when that was the choice. So go ahead and use your cutting instructions, cut out your pieces. We're going to start, once we're ready, with the center block A, and then our block B pieces that we've cut slightly bigger so that we have room to trim. As always, when we are centering triangles, I am just going to fold my fabric in half and give it a little press to find the center line. So I've got it pressed. And then I'm going to fold it in half the other way. You can mark with an erasable pen or a chalk pencil or however you do you. I don't like to do that. So we've got our center lines here. We are going to line up our triangles with the points along those pressed lines. And then we're going to do that around all 4 sides. Hey folks, Kimberly Harris here with Lickety Stitches Three Sisters Quilt Block of the Month program. This month we are on block 10, Wonderful World. It is a really straightforward block. You really don't need me. My tweaks to this, my hacks, whatever, my suggestions were to cut block B a little bit bigger so that we have room to trim, because I always get those squares in a square wonky. And then you can see that I have not cut out my template. I'm not really good with paper templates. I always end up cutting into them, and then they end up wonky and off and small. I would not have been a good quilter 40 years ago, and that's what they had. So I have included alternate cutting instructions so that we can cut those without the template. You are totally welcome to use the template. It's your quilt. You do you, and whatever makes you happy is great. We are getting real close to the finish line, so if you haven't started considering a setting option, now would be a good time to start thinking about how you want to do it. They give you 3 suggestions. Of course, the sky is the limit. I put together my Christmas fabric quilt with this pattern, but a different setting option. So you're really not limited by the pattern, but these are really gorgeous options, and they give you all the fabric requirements. So if you haven't started thinking about that, you might. So today we are going to get started on this. We're going to start with, of course, the center blocks or fabrics A and B, and I've got those all cut out. And so I've got my center fabric A. I've gone ahead and pressed it, and you can see the press lines in the center both ways, because we are going to sew our setting triangles and line the point up with the center line so that it's nice and even. We're going to do that around all 4 sides and then come back and trim.